everybody, and welcome back to Yukikaze Gaming. Today we're going to be continuing our red-white draft deck in Neon Genesis Kamigawa block. Sorry, Neon Dynasty Kamigawa block. And here's just a quick look at the deck again, in case anybody missed it in previous episodes. If you want to get a deeper look at the deck, you can jump back to a previous recording to see me craft the whole deck up from scratch and see all the cards in detail. Hopefully, Hopefully, what we'll be able to do is get a bit farther in the wins here and become profitable once again. Right now, we're 3 wins in to 2 losses, which gets us a fairly respectable 1,000 gems back and mitigates most of our losses in the event that we do lose. But 1 more win gets us almost to the break-even point, which would be great. If I end up really bombing and doing badly on this, you might be seeing this attached to the previous recording. And otherwise, well, it probably means that I'm doing pretty well in this run, so that's a little bit of a spoiler, I guess. Anyway, hope you will enjoy me and hope you all have a good time. Waiting for the matchmaking. Ready! Reborn Turnip. Interesting name. Uh-oh, I think my opponent is lagging. They're probably playing on a cell phone. This happens to me, like, all the time on the cell phone client. Even when you have really good signal, it's really annoying. Okay, I cannot possibly keep this hand. There's really nothing playable with 2 red. I really need to make sure that I'm starting off with good color mix. That is not a whole lot better. I really don't want to go too far below this, though. So what I might do is keep this and just hope the experimental synthesizer can help draw me into a plains, either when I cast it or when I sacrifice it. If I don't draw into one naturally by then. And I think what I'll do is I'll chuck this Golden Tail Disciple. And just kind of hope for the best. It's tough when you already have 2 losses getting a pretty questionable starting hand like this, but it happens. RNG is just part of the game. And I did make the intentional sacrifice of removing 1 plains from the deck, so one could argue that it's at least partially my fault. I think it's important that I get a creature on the field right now. They're really trying to accelerate their land. That makes me a little nervous. I don't know what kind of big bomb they're trying to drop. Okay, plains. That makes me happy. I'm actually going to attack into them. Either I get free damage in, or I remove their annoying Death Touch creature. Either way, I'm happy. What just happened there? Oh, I see. I think they discarded that and then it came back from their effect. That is basically the one thing I can't prevent here. Whenever it attacks or blocks, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. Wow, that's annoying. They're representing a trick, but they might just want the card. Either way, at least gets that off the field for me. Okay, nearly everything in this deck is playable for 3 or less. So even if I draw into a land, this is pretty much the right time to play this. And there's a plains. Now, I don't think that they will block the Kitsune with their Architect, knowing that it'll die. I can't say I was expecting that. Not ideal, but at least it got that thing off the field. And this kind of land flooding is not really where I want to be, or what I expected with starting in the situation I started in. Oh no. that just didn't really work out for me. 8 lands is, it's pretty tough when you're playing an aggro deck and you had to mull. Good game. I lose. Well, 3-3 is still respectable. And it means that we managed to get still 1,000 gems back from our entry. It's not profitable as we'd like to see, but it's not a complete loss of our entry fee the way some of the earlier reward tiers are. Still not big on these marches. Okay. Well, what I might do after all is actually just go ahead and start the next draft up. Let's see what we get this time. This background really feels like that level from Overwatch. Scrap Welder's an okay card, mostly if you have a combo with it. I don't see anything else in this draw that's super amazing, so I guess I might as well take it. That seems pretty solid. I wonder what they took instead. I discovered this to be pretty strong when I was playing against it before. The 2 damage aspect acts as some pretty good removal like the Flametongue Kabu used to. I do want Katana, but Kami's Flare is more likely to disappear on me. There'll be more of these than there are of these going around, in my experience. What? Tap any number of untapped creatures you control. The spell costs 1 less for each creature. Tap this way. It's 10 damage to any target. I mean, I guess it's a pretty powerful finisher. And if you do have a bunch of weenies on the field that you can't get attacks in with, it could become castable, maybe? I guess this works with my artifact theme. Do anything in my colors. Some of these I don't see myself actually playing. Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa. 3/3, 4/4, flash, flying. When it enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible for as long as I control it. Every color, it gets +5/+5 until end of turn. Since I was already kind of in that color, it seems like the obvious pick. Especially since there's no red, really, to speak of. I guess there's the Scrapyard Steelbreaker. But I think this is the obvious choice. Whenever a Dragon Spark Reactor or another artifact enters the battlefield under your control, put a charge counter on it. Sacrifice it. It deals damage to number of charge counters to up to 1 target creature. Okay, that seems to fit with my theme pretty well. So would the synthesizer, but... Mostly grabbing that because it's a 2-1 and an artifact. It's not like I have any vehicles right now. 2-1 for 1, I mean. That, I guess? I mean, none of these are particularly good. Whoa! Atsushi, the Blazing Sky. Flying Trample. When it dies, choose one. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of turn, you may play those cards or create 3 treasure tokens. That seems quite good. Mech Titan Core, exile it, and 4 other artifact creatures and or vehicles you control. Create Mech Titan, a legendary 10/10 construct artifact creature token with flying, vigilance, trample, lifelink, and haste. That's all colors. When that token leaves the battlefield, return to all cards. I feel like I'm just drafting ridiculousness. .deck. And not all of them are great, but they're all weird and powerful in their own strange ways. The commute industry aren't very popular, it may cycle around to me. And I don't really need another one necessarily. Oh, that's actually really strong with the deck that I've drafted here. It would be silly of me not to take that. The only thing in my colors. White removal is always good. I don't think this deck is actually very aggressive. I think it's, oddly enough, a little bit more control-oriented. There's that Kami of Industry tabling back to me. And actually, all these are in my color. Okay, let's see what kind of deck we can make out of this weird draft we did. We'll start by switching our sleeves. Okay. Nope, don't want that. Don't particularly need these. Or those. Keep this if I can, just because it's first strike, which is pretty strong. Those don't really have a direct place in the deck. I'm not so sure about the dragonfly suit. I've not seen them be very good. Probably drop at least one of those. These aren't strictly necessary. I've got a lot of 2-drops, so I think I can drop that. see, this deck is made of silliness. And I hope you'll join me next time on Yukikaze Gaming when we try to put it into action and see if it can actually be successful. Thank you everybody for joining me, and if you enjoyed this or you have anything that you want to tell me about, feel free to drop a comment, and if you did enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. Subscribing especially really helps me out. I'm pushing for 100 subscribers so that I can obtain a custom YouTube URL right now. So your support means a lot to me. I am a small-time streamer here and content creator, and it really means a lot to me anytime somebody supports what I'm doing. Thanks everybody. Hope to see you next time. Matane!